Well, hello everyone, and welcome to your Daily Five. I'm Joe Duarte from Joe Duarte and the MoneyOptions.com, author of the #1 bestseller options trading book, Option Trading for Dummy. And if you like what you see today, please consider a free trial to my website, Joe Duarte and the MoneyOptions.com. And stay tuned at the end. I have a little bit of a addition to talk about. So today, I'm following up on the Megatrends theme. If you've watched my last couple of videos, I've been expanding on this new phenomenon that is really gripping the markets. And we've been talking about the evolution of this megatrends that have happened in the post-COVID environment. So today I have part 2 of the evolution, and I have 5+ charts with the inside scoop on the next step for the megatrends, which is AI stocks. So our goal is to pinpoint winning strategies as the megatrends appear and evolve. Of course, you have to define the megatrends. Identifying the megatrends and how they evolve is also important. And of course, we're going to pick those investments that make sense based on the megatrend and the evolution. Quick review, megatrend is a fundamental new direction or dynamic that changes society in an evolutionary way. Of course, everyone knows about the PC and the internet combustion, internal combustion engine, but the one that is currently gripping the markets in a very, very impressive way is AI. And we're going to talk in some detail about that as this presentation goes on. But basically, a megatrend, it reflects a behavioral pattern that changes everything in society. And so what we want to do is identify the megatrend. We've talked about megatrends in the past couple of videos. Don't want to touch on that too much now. What we want to talk about today is that AI megatrend. And so we have an initial event that happened in November 2022, and that's ChatGPT. And that wasn't really the beginning of AI, as I'll discuss in a bit here, but it sounded the alarm and it changed everything, and it kind of supercharged a lot of the stock market because it changed the way the population behaves. And so what happened is that tech stocks perked up. But in the last few days, as I will discuss in the next few slides, things have gotten much more heated up and are worth sorting out. So we're going to look at the winning investments for AI. And so in our real-time megatrend analysis, we want to look at the effects of AI on daily life. And of course, what we know is that AI is not new. ChatGPT was just a signal that the trend was accelerating. Before ChatGPT, we had Siri, Google search, stock market algos, all kinds of AI type things. So now we're talking about, ChatGPT, is it going to help me do my homework? Is it going to answer all my questions? Is it going to do my job? Most people aren't asking, is it going to cost me my job? But that's important. If you look deeper into society, the healthcare system, automation is all over the place. Insurance companies use automation in order to decide whether doctors get paid or not, whether the treatment that is being prescribed is correct, and so on. Medical records are also AI related. Financial system, everyone knows about trading algos, record keeping. And of course, we have those electric vehicles. And now we're moving towards robotics and the manufacturing processes. And of course, lots of general automation. So we basically have a lot of changes in the population. A lot of jobs are changing. Some are getting easier, some are getting eliminated. And the bottom line is that corporations are looking to make more money, higher corporate profits. And that leads to the stock market connection. And we've recently had a breakout, which I think is worth discussing in some detail. So bottom line is, who benefits? Big tech, big beneficiary, hardware, software. And at some point, we're going to start seeing some new companies that are going to go public and maybe worth investing in. The quiet part of AI, however, is commercial real estate. All you hear about is how commercial real estate is collapsing. But if you look at companies that specialize in warehouses and data centers, they're doing a lot better. And so are companies that have wireless and networking companies, because these guys are all part of the AI revolution. It's the infrastructure. So the mainstream focus is artificial intelligence. It's here, it's big, it's boffo. Let's get into it. ChatGPT has a lot of buzz. There's automated processes everywhere. But our focus is different. We want to know where that money is being made. So are there a lot of business adjustments now due to AI? Not really. A lot's already in place. That's not a good place to go. Daily life, some, yeah, we talked about that, make a little, do my homework, whatever. But the big money is in tech infrastructure. So that's the big yes. That's what we're going to focus on. We want to do two things. We're going to look at the present. We want to trade on what's moving now. Those are the stocks that are breaking out. In the future, companies that are not quite being recognized yet as potential winners, those are the ones that we want to make build those positions slowly in and use those basic formations as the guide. So let's get right to the charts. The big picture, we have a huge breakout in the Nasdaq 100 index where all the big tech stocks are housed. If you look back, and I was talking about this way back the last several months. Back in December, the tech stocks bottomed out, and you can see the accumulation distribution. Short sellers just bailed out. And you can see that on balance volume, there was a little bit of panic selling here, but things held up. And guess what? Money's been moving back in. Big breakout in the Nasdaq 100. That signals that everyone knows now that tech stocks are hot, and we may be in for a nice long rally after a while when things calm down some. So the poster child stock for AI at this point is Microsoft. And so everyone's going to be focusing on the Bing search engine being hooked up to AI and all kinds of things. But the fact is, the big money for Microsoft is in its cloud services. They own a lot of data centers. They have data storage, and there a lot of automation, a lot of AI involved. Microsoft is poised to continue to make big bucks. So even if you don't own it and it's a little bit rich here, you want to keep an eye on it, because that's going to kind of tell you where things are heading. As long as Microsoft is holding up, then you're probably going to be safe making AI related investments. So the big money, though, is going to be in infrastructure. And that's because you have to power this stuff. And so you have all these faster, more efficient semiconductor chips that are being manufactured and being sold to companies along with machinery and everything else that makes chips. So the big thing here is you have the Semiconductor ETF, symbol SMH. I own this. I recently recommended it aggressively on my service. But look at this. Huge volume by price bar cluster here. It's been slowly inching up, and now it's taken it out completely. What I'm expecting to see, and most of this has been short covering because ADI is going up, what I'm expecting to see here is unbalanced volume turning up and a taking out of this 130 area. When that happens, expect further gains. So is it safe to build a position in here now? Yes, I have, and so have my subscribers. So let's look at the future now. All right. Digital Realty is a real estate investment trust that, as you can see, not doing very well right now because interest rates are rising. Real estate investment trusts are very sensitive to higher interest rates. But these guys own data centers. They own storage space. You got to put the server somewhere. The more AI gets entrenched into the system and the business models of every company, the more they're going to need room to put the servers that house the AI. Again, familiar pattern. Short sellers are getting out. Stocks trying to bottom out here. Unbalanced volume is trying to come on in. So think data centers, think companies like Digital Realty. Also, you have a wireless world now. And everyone is doing everything on their phone. So you have to think about companies that own cell phone towers and related infrastructure. Again, data centers, very important, because these companies like American Tower, AMT, have to have real estate in which to house all their infrastructure. Again, same pattern here. This one could take a while to blossom because you can see that accumulation distribution is a little bit sluggish, and unbalanced volume is as well. And the stock isn't really popping right now. So here's one that you might want to look at for a nice few months and see what happens. The key here, of course, is the 215 area. And certainly the 200-day moving average. But again, you have to think about the building blocks of the megatrend. And communications is a big part of what's about to happen. So you want to invest in this phenomenon right now. An ETF such as the Global Robotics and Automation ETF is the perfect vehicle. Symbol ROBO, R-O-B-O. I mean, look at this thing. Again, October, November, December of last year, money was moving in. And when ChatGPT basically was unleashed onto the AI scene, started moving higher. Well, it's starting to do something really impressive now. Of course, you see again, short sellers have gotten out, and we're seeing that unbalanced volume is actually starting to reverse. That means buyers are starting to recognize the opportunity. That means the potential for an up leg here once we get that breakout above that $55 area to be consistent. So to recap, AI is definitely a mega trend, and in order to make money from it, you got to be able to think beyond the obvious. You have to identify those system dynamics, ask those important questions. Is this going to be, where is this stuff going to be utilized? Where's the money going to flow? Where are the investments? The sectors are clear, and you have to be able to think beyond the future. If you want to, think the present future. You want to play those breakouts, those chip stocks, those AI ETFs. If you want to think about the longer term, you want to build those positions slowly ahead of what's likely to happen. So once interest rates drop, real estate investment trusts are likely to take off. Well, that's all I have for today. I'm Joe Duarte from JoeDuarteInTheMoneyOptions.com, author of the bestseller Options Trading for Dummies, now in its 4th edition. If you like what you see, please consider a free trial subscription to my website. And if you want to be a little bit more casual, you can visit my Buy Me a Coffee page. Here's the link. And I have all kinds of new features there. I've started a new column there called the Chart of the Week, kind of sums up what's happening in the markets in a quick 2-minute read. I've started a new thing called the Big Picture if you want to spend a little more time thinking about what's really happening beyond sectors and things like that. I have special reports available, and I'm adding all kinds of new stuff all the time. Remember, no matter what you do, trading is uncertain, so you have to be prepared.